just pick you. And this was the decision where you could pick me and you didn't pick me.
First time I was shedding tears. I'm low-key tearing up right now watching that. I don't even know why. But that feeling is very real for a lot of us. I have two quick disclaimers. First one is these are real human beings in the show. They're being vulnerable, emotional, half naked, some full naked, getting french fried, confused, hopeful, embarrassed, all of it. So that takes a lot of courage. It's about using what we see on here and applying or understanding our own lives through the lens. Even though I'm a therapist under supervision, this is my own yappage for entertainment and education. I'll be making jokes on the demise of these people, but it's just for funsies. At the end of the day, one love, as Bob Marley said.
You don't got shit to worry about, bro.
I didn't say I don't have it.
I know, but like I know how you are.
What am I fun?
The word, man. Yeah, that's
Okay. What do you got in?
Here, Casa, I got aura.
He got aura, I guess.
This is what the fuck life is supposed to be about.
He just said this is what life is supposed to be about. I guess life is about getting twerked on. Shouts out God.
Crazy. Sucks having that feeling where it's like, damn, he might not choose me at the end.
Pretty sad. Ask yourself why this person feels so familiar, because sometimes the wound is not just from this relationship, it has the same flavor. Sometimes the original wound started way earlier, with a parent, a caregiver, or someone who was supposed to make us feel safe, but also made you feel small. Someone who was supposed to give you love, but also gave you criticism. Someone who gave you warmth, but also rejection. Someone who gave you attention, but also shame. So now you grow up, meet someone who has that same emotional flavor. They're not exactly like your parent, they're not exactly your childhood, but the feeling is familiar. The inconsistency feels familiar. The having to earn the love feels familiar. And that's the unsafe and uncertain dynamic wound.
Pick me up, so I'm gonna go with my gut, and he picks me, so, and I'm always gonna pick him, so hoping
I'm always gonna pick him. Again, this is beautiful. It gives us a clue into how this person thinks. If this person chooses me, I can finally win. But that is the trap. Because when you are trying to win love from someone who keeps making you feel unwanted, even if you win, you're the loser. So she chooses Casey. Let's see what happens next.
does that as well.
Aniya, you have decided to stay in a couple with Casey.
What the fuck? Can't even look. Now you dead ass. Look up. Like, the fuck? This dude is crazy. Like, no. I'm honestly so pissed off. So, fuck me. Like, dead ass. I had hope in it, and everyone pretty much told me I was delusional as fuck, and look at me, I look fucking delusional as fuck.
When I first watched this, that moment was kind of brutal. Because for her, private fear became public. I was worried I was not the chosen one, and then life said, you're right. This is not just a rejection, that is humiliation. It is the collapse of the story and the fantasy you were trying so hard to believe and create. When she says everyone was right, when she calls herself stupid, when this is not about one man, that is the pain of realizing I saw the signs and I still chose to betray myself. That is the pain of realizing I had the chance to choose myself and I still picked the person who never picked me. And I want to be very clear, humiliation is not that Casey chose himself. People are allowed to explore, people are allowed to leave. Even in real life, people can choose other people. There's just life. When your attachment keeps you loyal to someone whose actions already told you the truth. That is what breaks people. Because afterwards, you're not only grieving them, you're grieving yourself. You're grieving a version of you that kept hoping. The version that ignored all the signs. The one that defended them when everybody attacked them. The part of you that said to other people that you don't understand him or her. The version of you that saw all the red flags and tried to paint them green. And that is why people get so angry. Because anger protects you from shame. It feels a lot better to do this.
Fuck you. Fuck all the weeks that we had.
I understand that. Oh, I understand that.
Honestly,
but
that response is actually crazy.
I had poured into you this whole time. I picked you time and time again. Even when the fucking first day, nobody picked me.
I picked you every fucking time. At this fucking fire pit, I picked you. With the letters, I picked you. Here, I picked you. You didn't pick me. And I picked you every time. Literally. Even when we have conversations, you said stuff and I said, at the end of the day, I would still pick you.
I can do it.
I would just pick you. And this was a decision where you could pick me and you didn't pick me.
First time I was shedding tears. I'm low-key tearing up right now watching that. I don't even know why. But that feeling is very real for a lot of us. It feels better to say, fuck you. It feels better to say you're trash. And maybe some of that is true. But underneath all of that, deeper pain is I betrayed myself. Not once, not twice, but over and over and over and over. And that is much harder to sit with. This is why humiliation in relationships is so intense. It's not about just they didn't want me. It becomes about how did I let myself get there? How did I not see it coming? Why did I keep choosing them? Why was I begging for someone to do the bare minimum? Why did I make them responsible for my worth? And that parts need compassion, not clowning. Not shame, not people on the internet talking a bunch of shit about you, which is what's happening with her and him right now. They're both just people. Not girl, you're so dumb, or bro, you're a fucking idiot. Because most people have a KC. Maybe not literally, but it's some person who gave you just enough to keep you orbiting around them. Just enough affection to keep you attached. Just enough reassurance to make you doubt your own eyes. Just enough warmth to make the disrespect confusing. And this is what creates the loop. They hurt you, they comfort you. They embarrass you, they reassure you. They make you anxious and then become the person who relieves your anxiety. And for just 1 second, that pain turns into pleasure. And our mind is like, romance. It's not romance, it's just trauma. So what do we learn from Aniya and KC? And what should we do if we find ourselves in this position a lot? First thing is we stop using reassurance as the truth when actions are screaming something else. Words matter, but actions are the receipts. If somebody says they care about you, but their behavior keeps humiliating you, stop making their words louder than your own nervous system screaming. Second thing, stop turning being chosen into proof of your worth. I didn't feel like I did this point enough justice when I made this video, and right now when I wrote more into it, I wrote a lot, and I can only share a little bit, so this is going to be a short form version of something that requires more depth, okay? So the important line that she says is, he makes me feel secure, he makes me feel beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with wanting someone to make you feel safe, seen, and desired. That's human nature. But when the wound is deep, another person can stop being someone you love and start becoming someone you need to prove something through. And that's a big difference, because sometimes the deepest wound is not only that I'm not good enough, of course that's there, it's I was never loved in the way I needed, so I never learned how to hold myself when love felt uncertain or wasn't there. So now being chosen becomes a proving point, okay? It becomes verdict. KC is not KC anymore for us. The person we love isn't the person. It is kind of like a big statement about us. So if he or she picks me, I'm secure. If he or she picks me, I'm good looking or beautiful or whatever. If they pick me, I wasn't stupid. If they picked me, everyone else was wrong. If they picked me, all the times I ignored myself were worth it. If they picked me, maybe I was lovable the whole time. And that's kind of dangerous, because now love is not love, it's evidence, it's rescue. It becomes a courtroom where another person gets to decide your love or self-worth. And rejection is no longer just they chose someone else. It kind of becomes they confirmed every terrible thing I was deadly afraid was true about me. That is when the pain can feel much bigger than the actual relationship, because it's not only losing the person, you're losing proof that you were hoping they would give you. You're losing proof that you're worthy of love. So yeah, I hope this wasn't too much or too long. Third thing is what's been said before by me. Stop confusing intensity with love. If the relationship makes you anxious, activated, obsessed, desperate, and constantly waiting for the next clue, that does not automatically mean it's deep. Sometimes it just means your wound found that person that triggered it again. It misses the charge, the chase, the uncertainty, the feeling of almost being chosen. Intensity causes you to be in here more. Love causes you to be here more. Here as in the present. Fourth thing, stop rejecting peace because it does not feel like panic. Carl may not be the answer. I'm not saying he's the one. But the pattern matters. Sometimes security feels boring because it's not recreating the chaos we're used to. Sometimes safe feels unfamiliar because our body is trained for risk. Sometimes the person who checks the boxes feels less exciting than the person who keeps setting them on fire. So, in essence, stop dating your type. I know, unknowing as advice, and that's not even really advice, it's just the truth. Our type is what we're used to. If we're used to a lot of trauma, that is the type. When you feel humiliated, do not only ask, why did they do this to me? Ask, why did I leave myself? Not blame yourself. The goal is not to never get rejected, because I don't know about you, I be getting rejected left and right. That's been my life. So the goal is not to not get rejected, it's to stop abandoning yourself in the process of trying to be chosen. That's the real work. The moment where hope became denial. The moment where reassurance became a drug. The moment where being chosen became your identity. The moment where you ignored all of the truth because the fantasy still feels warmer. And listen, we've all done this. Because I've been there, talking shit about someone we still wanted. Seeing the signs and still hoping. Calling it love when really it was anxiety with a good outfit. So if your relationship feels like a humiliation ritual, maybe the only question is not why did they embarrass me? Maybe the deeper question is what part of me was willing to be embarrassed if it meant I might finally be chosen. That is where the wound is. That is where it all begins. That is the root. There's a principle of trauma that stays with me. What you do not resolve, you relive. And sometimes the most painful part of love is not that someone did not choose you. It is realizing you stopped choosing yourself while waiting for someone to love you. That is what I got. If you like this kind of crap, Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG, has a really good live stream on attachment styles, and this is where Aniya fits the disorganized attachment style. So if you want a more better in-depth understanding of, I'll put that in the description. Thanks for watching. This is my first time doing this kind of crap. So if you liked it, please support it. That way I kind of know that people want more, and if you don't, it's okay. That's God's plan. That's all I got. Thank you very much. God's plan. And just to clarify, I obviously watch Love Island for the plot and the dialogue and nothing else.
Hater.
Cakes. Only this